Okay guys, I got my phone stuck to the table, so hopefully it won't move on us like it's done many times before and made you seasick. So this week we're gonna be starting multiplication this week and next week, and in the Friday pickup folder there's gonna be a game. And yes, it's gonna be a game I'm gonna ask you to do with somebody to get off a computer. And it talks about the materials required are 2 dice and a grid for recording, 1 different colored pencil, and paper. So I've got some paper on here for you. If you have 2 dice that you can either take from your Monopoly game or something else, or things, you don't have to necessarily do this, but I want to show people who might need it. If you don't want to do this and your parents are willing, like I found these the other day at Dollar Tree, so we only need 2, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. So, but what will be in your packet is there will be paper dice, okay? You'll have 2 dice that are regular dice, 1 through 6. Then you have another one that is a 7 through 12 that you might want to use if you want to challenge. So both of them will be about this size. So the idea is whatever you roll, you're going to multiply. So if you just do the dice with 1 through 6, the biggest problem you could get is 6 times 6. If you feel you want to challenge, you could make one of these, and then you could roll up to 6 times 12. But what you're going to do is if you're going to make your dice, whichever 2 you want to do, you're going to take this diagram, and you notice there's little tabs here. And when you cut it out, this is what it's going to look like. So all the little tabs are on it, okay? So it really doesn't matter where or how you start. Me personally, I just fold everything first. All those lines, I fold them. And to create this symmetry will make a difference. So the straighter the lines, the easier it's going to be to assemble, and the easier it's going to be to actually use as a dice. So for me personally, I go through, I fold everything, all the big lines on the squares, and all the little lines on the tabs. Okay, so all these little ones. The better you do on the lines, again, the easier it's going to be to assemble, and the easier it's going to be to use and play. If as you watch this, you go, heck no. Again, if you have 2 dice at home you can use, go for it. If you actually don't have dice and you can go, oh mom, dad, please, I don't want to have to fold all this, then you can maybe see if they'll take you to like the Dollar Tree. And since it is the Dollar Tree, if you want a challenge, you could always take one of these 1 through 6 dice and just change the number. Take a Sharpie and write 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the sides. Whichever you want to do. But once you have all the pieces folded, you can see that it's going to look somewhat like a square. Again, where you start won't necessarily matter. I'm just going to start right here. So you want to put a generous amount, not crazy amount, but a generous amount of glue, and you put it on just the tabs, not the sides with the numbers, okay? And you'll start to see what the formation will look like. You can see there's a grid there. You can see that it's going to become a cube. And this is where it gets a little tough. You kind of have to figure things out. I can't do a step 1, step 2, step 3 for you because it's kind of hard to do that. But when you fold it, just kind of start to see, don't put glue on everything all at once or you're going to be really frustrated if something starts to fall apart and you can't get it. And then you got too much glue, and then your fingers start getting sticky, and then you're done. You're like, that's it. Don't want to do this ever again. Okay? So, I put the glue in there. And so you can see, kind of have a side. And with a glue stick, it's kind of hard, guys. It's kind of hard. Look at I'm not as neat as I want. You have to push my hand in here a little, and then the fun part comes. You got to hold it for a little bit. Ugh. So, challenges, and then you'll see that the top almost looks like a present. So then you'll put the tabs in there, and you'll glue it all down. And you, again, are going to have to hold it for a little bit. I'm holding it. I'm going to try and do this so you don't have to wait forever just to see me create it. So I'm going to put a little more glue on right now. But, again, since it's still sticky, it's kind of hard. And then I'm going to put the glue on the outside tabs, and I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to take a spare piece of paper, and I'm going to lay it down so I can get it on there good. And I'm gonna kind of put it in there like a little present, like I'm closing up a box. And see, the bottom part's already coming apart on me. It's not easy, not easy. Dollar store might be looking better, huh? Or that Monopoly game in there that you got your pieces in. All right, so again, holding on to it for a decent amount of time, making sure it dries. You know, maybe you need to set it down somewhere to let it dry. And then you might discover you have to go back and add a little bit more. Look at that, that's popping off. So maybe I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit and let the other piece dry before I try to squeeze it some more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And again, you can see it's kind of popping here, so I'm gonna have to go back and make sure pieces stay on there. But I'm not gonna take 4 hours to show you this, so that's just a general thing. So again, you can make your own. You can reuse ones in an already existing game, or I found them at Dollar Tree. Up to you. So that's what you're gonna do with your math game. Have fun, guys. Bye.